And learn how to use the replace child method to cleanly swap an existing HTML element with a brand new one inside the parent container. So here's my boilerplate code, but before we take a look at an example, let me firstly talk about this method. Now, think of replace child method like swapping a broken light bulb. You can't just throw the new bulb into that socket. You have to go to the specific, maybe a lamp holder that points to the old bulb, and then you now remove that old one and then swap it directly for your fresh new bulb. And once you do that, the old bulb is instantly uninstalled and the new one takes its exact position. And if it's good, then it will give you light. So that is how replace child method works. So let's look at an example that demonstrates it. Now, first of all, I need to add some elements inside my HTML part. Just basic p elements, PID, and then I'll add another one. I'll call it PID P2. And let me say this is another paragraph. One. This is so, and then this is another paragraph. So with what I have here now, I can then let's then move into the script section. And the first thing that we need to do is that we need to locate the parent container and then the old child that wants to be replaced. So let me add a comment. Locate the parent container and the old child that we want to replace. So make a variable and call it parent, and then use document.get element by ID to get the parent. So now that you've done that, make a child variable as well, and use the document.get element method as well in order to get the child ID or label. So we've gotten the child ID and the parent ID as well. So it's now time for us to now manufacture or to create the brand new paragraph element that is needed to replace it. Create new paragraph element from scratch. And how do you create a paragraph from scratch? Well, make a variable and call it anything. In my case, shorthand for paragraph, and then I will do document.create element. If you want to create elements in JavaScript, you call the create element method. And what do I want to create? I want to create a paragraph tag. If it is an H tag, H1 tag, you simplify. If it is an H4 tag, but in my own case, I want a paragraph tag. So with this paragraph tag now, I can now go ahead and make another variable and call it node in order to be able to write content into this element. So I'll go ahead and call document.append, document.create text node. I want to create a text node as content to my paragraph, and then I'll just say this is new. So this is going to be the content of my new paragraph. Now, and I make a way to bind both of them together. So I will call the paragraph and then call another method called append child, and then pass in my node into that append child. So this way it will bind the elements with the content that I've given to it. And now that I've done this now, it is now time to swap old child out for the new paragraph. Don't forget that the old child this is a paragraph text. So how do I do that? Well, just take this variable, the parent, which is the target square, the parent container, and then call replace, pass the method replace child method. And this is going to take two parameters. Number one is paragraph. Our new created element, as well as our child's element, which we want to replace. And now you can see that immediately I did that. This is a paragraph has now been replaced with this is new. So with what we just saw now, there is something that is tricky about this method. Now, the trickiest part of this replace child method is that it remembers which element goes first in the parentheses. So it always follows the format. So what we just have here is like doing something like this: the new and the old. So if you swap it out, for example, if you put child first and put paragraph second, let's see what will happen. You can see that nothing changes. So that is the very tricky part about it. So it has to follow the format, the new and the old. So those are the elements that needs to go inside that method before it will actually work the way you want it to work. You can see that when I reverse it, JavaScript just look for the uninserted new element inside the DOM tree, and it doesn't change it. It gets confused, and then it just will retain what you used to have. Here are a key few things to go away with from this lesson. Number one, replace child method is a parent level operation that exchanges an existing child element for a fresh one. Number two, the old element is completely removed from the page layout string, and the new one inherits its exact contextual position. So you can see that this new one occupies the exact contextual position that this used to have before.